Hey guys, welcome back. We're back to Gear 182. Another video that we want to talk about was one of Tom's specific guitars that didn't really see the light of day until the famous The Legacy sale happened.
Oh, you're
Uh,
talking about the Stratocaster, right?
the Mexican-made no, just joking. I'm talking
Are you
about
talking about the Gibson 333?
no.
Oh.
One more guess?
I don't know. What is it?
Well, it is the Fender Custom Shop Cyclone that he had sold in the Legacy sale.
I think I remember you showing this on a Guitar Gear collection.
Brian, do you want to
Tell
go
us.
over what the Legacy sale was for those who might
Oh,
not be
you want me
familiar?
to? Yeah, sure, I'll do it. The sale came out in 2015. I think it was like September 11th, 2015. The sale was him just cleaning out gear. The rumors that I had heard was he thought he was done with Blink. He thought he was done with Ava. He was pretty much just getting rid of everything that wasn't that important to him anymore. He doesn't really get attached to gear, so he was just kind of dropping everything and thought he was done with music. So a lot of fans got really lucky, got some great prices. And this was before Reverb started doing all these musician shops. So like owning artist gear wasn't as like, you know how everybody these days is like, please, please, I just want to own a phone case from a celebrity that I love. But like back then, people didn't care as much, so it was kind of like a weird time. Like when you see these prices of these guitars. But
It's unreal.
we're looking at today the Fender Cyclone. If you want to go ahead and show the listing or first picture or whatever you have, here it is in its glory. Tell us about it, because I can't read the screen.
Yeah, so it's a Fender Custom Shop Cyclone guitar. It looks like a regular Cyclone. It has a red with a really weird yellow combination stripe. I don't know how I feel about it personally, but one pickup, as Tom typically has in his guitars, and it has a volume and a tone knob, which is again different from what he normally has. One really cool
Yeah,
thing that stands out that it is for sure a Tom guitar, aside from obviously the one pickup and the racing stripe that he was kind of famously known for in the early 2000s, but it is the custom inlays that he had of the Freemason logos.
yes, and he was not sporting these things until 2002, so it means this guitar was probably made in 2002 or 3. I'm just going to give a really short history lesson on the Fender Cyclone. It's a kind of a shorter mid-range guitar. If you want to know, a Fender is a 25 and a half length scale length. A Gibson is 24.75. A Fender Jaguar is 24. So this kind of falls in the Gibson size territory. It's 24.75, but it's shorter than a Gibson, shorter than a
And
standard
it's
Fender
standard, yeah.
Stratocaster Telecaster. But it is a 1/4 inch thicker on the body than a Mustang, and is made of poplar wood, where a Mustang was made of basswood typically. And the body is similar shape to a Mustang. When you see a Cyclone, most of the time it's a single coil on the bridge, a single coil in the neck. They did come out with a Cyclone 2 and a Cyclone HH series. I kind of feel like this one, the body at least, maybe even the neck too, if they were just playing around with it, was the HH series. They had the black pick guards. They had the colors black, pewter, dafty blue, and orange, but they could have made a red out of it and put a stripe on it. It's very interesting. This guitar it does have the Tom DeLonge style one hum, but it also looks like it has a tone knob, which is weird for him. And a lot of people think when they see this, they say, oh, this was going to be Tom's next signature. This is going to be what he was going to use. We found out that's Seven, not true at all, right?
No,
Like
no,
he didn't pick the colors.
no,
It's like,
no. There's actually a lot of mystery with what and where it came from. I talked to Alex, who made all of his Fenders, and he said he's like, I have no idea where Tom would have gotten this from. He's like, I didn't design it or make it. I don't know where, how he would have gotten those inlays on. I don't know who at Fender would have made it for him. But from another thing that from what I heard too is towards the end of his run with Fender. I think they were trying to give him a lot more options than just a regular Strat to use on stage. He used that Strat for the most part, different colors, but for the most part the same guitar for since what was it, 99 to 2002. And I think at the end, when Fender gave him the Cyclone, it was more grasping at straws for him to kind of stay on the Fender lineup. And but it's just a really different looking, guitar for what he's normally used to.
Like, I mean, and asking 3,000, especially with the custom inlays.
Custom shop, yeah.
Especially because when I was trying to do research on Fender Cyclones, were not many custom shop Cyclones made. Most of them were made in Mexico. There were some USA ones that were made. I could not find any USA humbucker version, so it's actually a really cool guitar. I personally think the yellow stripe is a bad choice. I would have used a different color, but I like the idea of the stripe.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it looks almost like a football team or something with this like red and yellow going on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know which team, but it kind of just like screams like I'm a fan of this team.
Yeah, and the stripe itself too it's a very different looking stripe than what Alex would put on his. It's a lot thicker.
Like what is he, 6'5", 6'6"? I just don't see him using this tinier than a Stratocaster guitar. There's just no way he was going to use this.
No, I think that's kind of...
Like, he probably thought it was cool or cute, and like, we'll read his note. Didn't he write a note on that first picture you had?
Yeah, so I can...
you read that? I can't pull it up.
The note on the... which one?
On the very first picture you showed with the listing, it's got a note from Tom on the left. Yeah, right after that one. Note from Tom. Read that.
So it says, Fender made me this. They thought that I would like the racing stripe. I did. Notice the custom inlays.
There you go.
So
I just thought they spent the time and money into the inlays. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
Fully support what this is. If this was available now, obviously we'd buy it in a second. This thing is probably worth like $10K now. But it's cool. I dig it for what it is.
Yeah, I do too.
I guess a couple other notes we can talk about on it is it does look like it has the Invader, if you didn't mention that.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's got a black Invader in there. And the guy, we actually know the guy that owns it. Pretty cool because he plays it in his band. I believe I asked him if it had the custom shop logo on the back of the neck, and I think he told me that it doesn't. So it was kind of them just playing around with different parts and seeing what they had. But we've got a Gear 182 exclusive. So we've got 2 real photos of this guitar. We'll show you guys the guitar itself and the COA. There it is.
So there it is in the case. In this picture, you can definitely see just how thick that yellow stripe is. I mean, just like you said, like I love the idea, and I don't really mind how big the stripe is. I just the color is just still throwing me off.
Yeah, and the red is, I would say, it's definitely not the. I don't know. It's a very bright red. Like it could be like a Fiesta red, but I think it's even brighter. Like it's just like whatever the loudest fire engine red that Fender makes. I'm not really an expert on the shades of red. I just know what's the one that everybody uses, Fiesta red or something?
Fiesta red, and there's Dakota, and then there's Candy Up. There's a lot of different shades, but you have to remember too, the custom shops, especially the guitars that were made for Tom, like the orange and the greens and stuff. Yeah. They're always different.
Can you go back a photo? I can't remember if this had a tremolo or not.
It does, yeah. Yeah, it does.
Okay. It's not like completely custom. They kind of probably were using parts that they had. Just cannot believe they put the inlays on this. All right, go ahead and show the COA for everybody.
Here's the COA.
Yeah. Note from Tom is the exact same, right? He just has like a little smiley on there at the very end.
Yeah.
I did. That's the inlays, smiley or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah. Pretty cool guitar. We wanted to, I thought, we were talking about some of the, in another video about merch and whatnot, and just the poster that came up was this.
Can you comment on what Tom checked on the COA? They're always so wrong, by the way, when you see these COAs. What did he check on that? I can't see it in this.
Studio recordings, this was used on. And it was used from Take Off Your Pants and Jacket to self-titled, which could be is when he would have gotten it. Was probably in between. Where
Yeah.
was it used? No,
I
but like live, it was not used live anyways. Studio recordings, I mean, geez, you have no idea what has been used in studio recordings, but I think this was sent to him. He looked at it, left it in the case. The legacy sale happened. You know, he dug it himself, probably looked through a bunch of different stuff and thought, this can go,
And
this can
every
go, this can go.
people will fight over the COAs from the legacy sale because he wrote one thing. I mean, he wrote on the Ava Gibson that I had that he did the artwork and put the Ava on it when Doug did it. So, I mean, his facts are wrong. He gets some. I mean, he's a rock star. He's been through it a lot. You just have to understand that. He's not 100% fact on his COAs.
Yeah.
He wrote Fender Custom Shop Stratocaster on his Made in Mexico green one, if you remember.
Yeah.
So you just have to keep that in mind. But
take it for what it is.
On this, what was it? Fender Cyclone Custom Shop Tom DeLonge guitar.
So guys, let us know what you think. Put it in the comment section. Let us know on Instagram, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thanks, guys.
Bye for now.